Hello guys, NautoAisDx here once again, and as promised, this is gonna be my video blog about Splatoon for $60 versus Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U $60. Oh boy, I've been talking about this, like planning to do this, and like I said, I'm gonna do this in parts because there's always a lot of new updates of what's going on. And as of right now, I'm hearing news that there's still going to be more updates on Smash Brothers as well with Splatoon. So for this one, for part one, it's basically I'm just going to give my general opinion, an introduction to the subject of why, in my honest opinion, my opinion alone, nobody has to agree with it. It could be stupid, whatever. You decide, but it's just my opinion why I think that Splatoon should have been $40 at the start rather than $60 versus Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U for $60 rather than a lower price, maybe $50. Okay, first of all, most common thing is that if you get away with it, why not? Because again, common rule is that software game should at least be $60 tops, unless you're doing a premium, a collector's edition, like I said, premium or a collection. I think that's it. So, but if a game is just a standard with a game with the case, it should be $60 tops. That's what it is. And why $60? Why not 50 like in the PS2 era? Development is just costing high, and a lot of developers did ask Microsoft, and because Microsoft were ahead, they were in control of the gaming market. So Microsoft said fine, because even say Microsoft, oh well, it's 60, while Sony will say, oh well, the game has to be sold at least for 50. Most developers then are gonna go to Microsoft. That's what's gonna happen. So Sony didn't have a choice. This was the same case in point with SNK in the PS2 era when Sony basically told SNK, oh well, the games are 2D, lower down than $50. SNK said we can't do that, so they decided to be a jerky move and make themselves exclusive to Microsoft. And in that basically deal, Microsoft didn't pay them. It was SNK at the time with Ben Herman as the president, and in my opinion, it's not that good. Decided to say, you know what? We're going to prove it that our game is worth this much. We're going to be exclusive to Xbox. And of course, the result is it was a failure. Okay, enough of that. Back to Splatoon. Alright, the reason why, in my honest opinion, that Splatoon shouldn't be $60 is, well, the content itself. I mean, it's already been shown in E3. It's been shown in their Nintendo Direct about Splatoon. In the initial release of the game at May, there were only, from what I heard, there were only just two. There was just only two mode. I'm sorry, there's two mode. First of all, let's start with the mode. The two mode, the single player mode, which is from what I heard, is not even that long. It's fun. I heard there's like optional challenges, but again, that's optional. But it's short. I don't think that costs maybe not so much just to develop that single player. Granted, maybe the graphics. Okay, we'll put it in there. But again, it's still not equals. It doesn't total to $60. Single player. From what I heard in the beginning, again, I could be wrong. There were only four maps. I mean, heck, Call of Duty versus Splatoon. They even did there was a graphic, and I will find out, and that'll be in the next part of my Splatoon $60 MmGS vlog. They even said Call of Duty had more content for $60 versus Splatoon, not so much content. And again, you say, well, not to waste. They gave out the content as download for free. Even in August, they had a big update. Yeah, I will talk about that. But the problem with that is, that's a cop-out. Oh, here's a $60 starter, but, you gotta wait for a while for the new mode to come in. Why can't it be in the game already? Why do I have to wait more? And not only that, now I'm using my space on my Wii U for Splatoon. And remember, Nintendo, they only have a 32 gig high. If you want more space, you gotta buy a hard drive. That's additional cost. There you go. That's the problem. I mean, for the starter, in my opinion, should have been for the starter, $40, and then if you want the online ranking or the new mode, maybe $5 to $10. That makes more sense. I mean, they are giving out free content, but I think some of those content, like the weapons, they should already been in the game. Why do we have to wait until a free DLC to put in the game? I mean, that doesn't make sense. And I mean, my theory, the reason why is they needed a blockbuster summer sale before summer starts. So they had Splatoon. Remember last year, it had Mario Kart 8. People bought it for $60. And you know why that was sort of you get away with it? Because if you bought Mario Kart 8 in its initial release, you get a free second game. So the question is, would you buy Mario Kart 8 if it didn't have that second free game offer? Think about it. Because I did too. I got the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. So, free game. So I got 2 games for $60. Think about it. If Splatoon did the same thing, maybe, but they didn't. That's why it kind of bothered me. Like, wow, this game $60 in the initial release. I mean, even Matt Simmons from Yo Video Game basically was in the same boat. They said, yeah, I don't think it's worth $60. And that's my initial release. My initial thought about it. It's that I don't think it's worth $60. It didn't have a lot of content. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, already in its initial release, already had a lot of content. Sakurai put a lot of content. It's more than what it's supposed to. So that's props to Sakurai. And then later on, he added tournament mode for online. I mean, granted, it's not that good. I never tried it yet. I'm going to try it in the long run. And of course, you've seen me when I'm doing the Mini Mix Game Showcase. Quick video uploads of Smash Brother uploaded to YouTube. There you go. Same deal. They added more stuff, but they already had more stuff than Splatoon. Like I said, in the initial release, it was only one. I think it was a rank battle with 3 maps. That's it. And a short single player. Again, granted, the graphics is beautiful, the ink splatter is beautiful, the guns and design. Maybe you have to put accountable, but again, the key word is the content. Is it really worth $60 just because the game is so graphically beautiful? Remember, games is all about gameplay. Graphics should be secondary. It has to be still good. It can't be crappy graphics. I can understand that, but again, you gotta think about it. So that's why I was gonna get Splatoon, but for like $60, really, Nintendo? Man, I mean, I'm sorry. It's still that greed that's coming there because they're trying to find a way to make money. Because again, it connects to not having third-party support. Now people are buying Nintendo console because not everyone buys Nintendo console just to play Nintendo game. Only the die-hard ones. Again, they have to put in the factor, so they say, well, we gotta make money, let's just make it $60. And why is it some people are accepting it? Well, the game is actually fun. It is a fun game. Don't get me wrong, I played the demo. It is a fun game. I can understand why. Problem is, a lot of the Nintendo loyalists, the very hardcore gamer, Splatoon is a new IP for the Wii U. Remember, Nintendo never done a new IP for a long time. I'm sorry. The Mii was sort of a new IP to some extent, but I think the last time was in the Wii. Well, it was in the Wii, the Touch generation. Wii Play, Wii Sports, Wii Music. But again, that was for the casual gamer, not for like a game for the hardcore new IP. And the last time was Pikmin. Was the last game I know that was a new IP, and then after that, there wasn't. I mean, there was Punch Out. Punch Out was actually good. It was popular. Since the Punishment 2, I'm really surprised that game didn't do well. Again, game for the hardcore, but again, those already existing IP. So the reason why a lot of people are willing to pay $60 because again, it's a fun game. Because even Big Al, a person I'm a fan of, bought it for $60 because again, it's a new IP for Nintendo for a long time. And yes, they are gonna have new IP in the long run. I think Shin Megami Tensei versus Fire Emblem or Fi Gimbu Reku. I don't even know what it is. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I can't remember what else other new IP they have there. But anyway, like I said, that's the reason why people are willing to pay it because it's a new IP and it's from Nintendo. And also, it was made by Miyamoto's team. The backstory with that one was that Miyamoto had some. When Miyamoto had his own team, he asked the younger generation, "Hey, can you make a game, something new that people will like?" And they end up with, Splatoon. Because at one point, what happened was Miyamoto brought in a paintball gun, Splatoon. There you go. But like I said, it is still unfortunate that it's $60 when first cop out. I don't believe it. Then Super Smash Brother. Alright, so that's my initial reason why it shouldn't be $60. That's part one. So in part two, I don't know, maybe in October or November, I'm gonna do like a diagram because they already did a diagram for this, and I'm gonna basically give my thoughts about the diagram. Why Splatoon should have been $40 in the beginning, and they just made those additional add-on like payable add-ons, So again, thanks for that. Thanks for listening. The next one I'm going to be talking about is another introduction to download Nintendo versus other company.